do my best. So my name is David Graves. This is my second time doing this. Did it about like a month ago for some benefit for a ski hill that Norm works at. So that's pretty much the extent of my comedy. I also do like funny skits and stuff for YouTube. Falling on Stage Productions, check it out sometime if you're ever bored. A couple weeks ago, one of my friends had this conversation with me, which I didn't understand at the time until I got onto Google. He or she told me that if I was ever desperate enough, I could be a bear. I didn't know what this meant. So I went to Google. I'm like, what does Guy Bear mean? And I got Bear Grylls, Man Bear Pig from South Park, and all these other references. I'm like, okay. Man bear. Well, let me tell you, a man bear, or a bear in the gay community, is a large male, like myself, who gets all these attractive young men to be his cubs. So, I was looking at these men, I'm like, man, these are some cute men. Then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how on earth do I think these are cute men? But then I'm like, you know, if it ever became desperate enough, at least I know I wouldn't strike out. I mean, think about it. You'd have all these physically fit men just pawing at you all day long, serving you drinks, doing whatever. And then an hour and a half later, I realized I thought about this too long. I realized I just needed to go outside. But that's the thing though, and it's really kind of funny, is that sexuality is so confusing throughout your whole life. I mean, for the most part, we're all kind of trained to believe that we're straight, but who really knows what we are until we're put into some situation where we fall in love with someone. And the other day when I was thinking about this whole, you know, do I want a whole flock of cubs thing, it came to my idea that, like, I've never really, you know, I've never kissed a dude, I never really had the desire, but I do love my own dick. There's some vaginas I don't like, but my own dick, 10 out of 10 times, best partner I've ever had. I mean, you know, we spent 28 years together, growing up together. You know, I see him in the morning, I wish him a good night, and it's just great. I mean, it's my best partner. But I think all of us guys have had that girl, at least I know I have, that we just kind of begrudgingly had sex with. There's that guy. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to pander to you. It was about maybe 5 or 6 months ago. This girl comes over late at night, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I really just want to go to bed." She's like, "Well, I'm too drunk to drive. Can I just sleep here?" And I was like, "All right, fine." So I go lay down. She lays down on the couch. 5 minutes later, she's laying down in my bed. I'm like, "Uh-oh, I don't want to do this at all." So I'm like, all right, you can stay on that time. I take one of my other pillows. I kind of make like a little wall between us just to kind of divide it. Obviously, pillow walls are kind of removable, so she moves the pillow. I wake up 10 minutes later with a hand on my best friend. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like what is she doing? So she's making her move and everything like that. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it'd be rude of me not to make a move too. So, you know, I start doing my things, and then she says, in like the most direct, blatant, and gross thing, "You can do whatever you want to me." And I'm just like, really? Like, really? Like, is that what you're opening yourself up to? So, at this point, I go for it. I want this night to be done. I want the excuse that I'm tired and I can go to bed. And I just want to be done. So, I suit up, and I dive right in. And as the minute I dive right in, my best friend's like, "Is this really what we're doing tonight?" And I'm like, yes, best friend, this is what we're doing. He's like, "You know, you've made worse decisions." I'm like, "I know, but bear with me here, bear with me here." And so we're going at it. He's like, "I'm already sick of this. You know, you owe me a good one after this." I'm like, "Just finish this up, and I'll go to bed." So, you know, the grand finale, which really wasn't that grand. And then we finished and everything else was fine. And I mean, it's just kind of interesting though that you get the whole instance. Like, I mean, it's not really that great. But I mean, as Meatloaf said, I mean, 2 out of 3 times, it's not that bad. Speaking of 2 out of 3 times, I was speaking to one of my good friends the other night, and we were just talking about things like never have I ever. just other bullshit like that. And she was utterly surprised that I've never had a female send me naked photos. Never. I mean, I was deployed for 14 months. I've been all over the world and everything like that, dated a little bit, but never have I ever had a woman send me naked photos. And she was just so irate at this. She's like, boobs cure everything. You have a bad day, here's some tits, best day ever. So, a couple days later, she explained to me that she was having a bad day. So I was like, what do I do to cheer her up? So I took a picture of my dick and I sent it to her. Her reply, 2 out of 3 dicks ain't bad. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Graves, following on stage. Thank you very much.